jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out that more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back
Shout out to the hottest chat in the MFN game. A-side official. No negotiation needed, period. We back at it again with another one. You already know what it is. The first in the building. Sammy on deck. What's good? Salute WCS. Back at it again. Wilder vs. Zhang. Someone is going to sleep. Shout out to Big Blunts and Boxing on deck. Salute to you. What's good? Salute to everyone that's pulling up. We have another hitter. News is broken, as always. So we're going to get down to it because, yesterday I just didn't want to really say too much about, this particular fight. You know what I'm saying? Until I do some more research and all that. But word has come to light. And big shout out to those who are in the building. Make sure you hit the like button. I appreciate it. But word has come to light that in 2024, the heavyweight division is pretty much carrying forward from 23 to 24, with another decent card. You know what I'm saying? It's going to happen in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. The positive aspect is we have some names. We have 3 names that we're very familiar with in the heavyweight boxing arena. We have the bronze bomber Deontay Wilder. We have Wally Zhang, brother. And then we have Anthony Joshua. Now added to the quad is Francis Ngannou. If you didn't hear, Francis Ngannou, Joshua was supposed to be set for March. And then on that same card, it's supposed to be Deontay Wilder and Wally Zhang. The co-main event and the main event in itself is all you need on that card. It's another hitter. I don't know why people talking about numbers and stuff. You really can't put numbers together with pay-per-view and stuff like that in these cards because there's no consistency. And then, you can't really talk about the gate. Because the last card they had on the 23rd of December, it wasn't even packed up in there. It wasn't even packed out. Why? Because it's over in the sand. That's why. You know what I'm saying? They should put in a quota to bring over at least about, 25 content creators, if that. If you reduce the ones that you reduce it down to the ones who actually go to fights. We're talking about 8. We're talking about 8. You know what I'm saying? So they should be able to fit that in a liquid budget. Absolutely. But like I said, I like this matchup. Okay? I hear the criticism already about Wilder's going to get knocked out. I get it, man. He's one of those guys in this era where you love to hate, and a lot of y'all just want to hate. If he returned from Joseph Parker, if Wilder returned from Joseph Parker loss, and he fought somebody like Tommy Fury, you know what I'm saying? What would you want him to do? What would you want him to do when y'all start blasting on him tomorrow? Oh, Wilder, Wilder fighting Tommy Fury, they're not even in the same weight class. Wilder doing this and Wilder doing that. You know what I'm saying? The man is returning to fight a tougher opponent or equal opponent to that of Zhang. You know what I'm saying? Joseph Parker looked in tremendous shape. He looked dominant in that fight. I know a lot of people are running to the script and they said Deontay Wilder don't have that fire no more. It's smoke right now. It's not even smoke, it's vapors. That's it. You know what I'm saying? He just don't have the drive no more. The hunger's gone. Tyson Fury beat it out of him. All this shit I'm hearing, right? He should just retire. 38 years old, he's done. Okay. Well, like I said yesterday, I'm not saying that about Francis Ngannou, but that's a whole nother story. So you look at Zhang, right? Zhang is up here making a name for himself off Joe Joyce. You want to know how old Zhang is? He's 40 freaking years old. You know what I'm saying? This doesn't upset me that people are so naive and they get on here and they're not really looking at the details. I hear people talk about Deontay Wilder's old. He over the hill. He's this, that, and the other. I'm like, have y'all looked into the history of Zhang too? Do you know his amateur pedigree? Did he have an amateur pedigree? The man is 40 years old. He's 2 years older than Wilder. So they're just looking at it like, hey. Here we go again. Check this out. Hey, man, you see what he did to Joe Joyce? All right. Yeah. I saw what he did to Joe Joyce. Yeah, for sure. I saw what he did to Joe Joyce. Yeah. I sure did. You take them two Joe Joyce fights, and they both ended in stoppages. But yet, you look at Deontay Wilder's resume with 42 knockouts, and they up here beefing up Zhang Weili off of Joe Joyce, a person that basically assumed the role of Daniel Dubois. It was deja vu, y'all. Dubois stood in front of Joe Joyce, bing, 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 bing. It was like going to a goddamn parking lot carnival. And you up here shooting the little guns at the metal statues, and then you get your prize. It's a toothbrush. He did the exact same thing Dubois did when Joyce was pinging him in the eye. And then Zhang did the same thing. Except, Zhang was landing some hard shots. And Joe Joyce, he just didn't feel the need to move his head. So you take 2 fights for Joe Joyce and people are jumping up and down and saying that, oh man, definitely Zhang gonna KO Wilder. And once again, WCS has to remind these individuals, I want to keep the etiquette at a high level. We're in 2024. I have to remind you that Deontay Wilder also was buzzed by Joseph Parker and did not hit the canvas. Yes, he hit the canvas with Tyson Fury, but let's not act like it's been a continuing thing. But Zhang, he only has 1 loss. Yeah, he has 1 loss. Okay, and he couldn't even expound on having Philippe Herkovic in trouble. He couldn't even finish him. For 42 of those, Deontay finished. So for you all going out here making this seem like it's going to be an easy day, okay, it's up to Wilder and his team to find the spark. You know what I'm saying? It's up to Wilder and his team to come up with a plan. It's up to Wilder and his team to put him in the proper training mindset to come back in here and fight Zhang. But Zhang is 40 freaking years old, man. And you all are just giving him all this freaking credit just because he's facing Wilder. But if Wilder was coming back in and facing some Walmart worker, a greeter, you know what I'm saying? If Wilder was up here just facing anybody that's not a big name, then it would be crazy. It'll be crazy criticism once again. Oh man, he's washed. Look who he's fighting. He comes back and fights Zhang, and y'all still got y'all panties high. You pulling them motherfuckers all the way up. I said, come on, that's odd. That doesn't look right, man. That can't feel good. What are you doing? Nothing makes you happy. The man's coming back and fight Zhang, and niggas up here. Oh man, he's done for sure now. It's Zhang. Zhang is 40, bro. Just because he beat up George doesn't mean he's going to beat up Wilder, man. It's up to Wilder and his team, like I said, to derive a plan that is tactically proficient for the strategy that they plan on using. He has 43 victories. I guarantee you Wilder doesn't look the way he did against Joseph Parker. I'm telling you. I'm telling you he ain't going to look the same. It's up to him, Wilder, and his team to come up with a plan to win this fight. That's all I got to say. It's up to them. Shout out to my guy, The News by Shot News. Sauce Experience in the building. Salute Team Tucker Official on deck. Make sure you subscribe to his channel and check out his content, man. You know what I'm saying? Support him. A frontliner, a goddamn trench, warfare executive. You know what I'm saying? They be matching AJ like some guys I know when Wilder is being matched like Jihad Tucker. They lining up for the hitters. Hey, man, it's up to Wilder and his team to make this exciting. You know what I'm saying? If he was to come back with somebody that's they consider an empty can, you know what I'm saying? If they consider him to be saucy, so to speak, tomato saucy, then we have criticism. Oh, wow, I can't believe he's fighting. You have all these other people that can fight individuals like that, and nobody knows. But Wilder come off a world champion, a former world champion, loses, says what he says in the post-fight conference, and then now is breaking that he's going to return in March. And they can, and look, they up here bitching and saying, oh, that's too quick of a turnaround. Oh, that's too quick of a turn. It ain't like these heavyweights out here doing road work now. You trying to tell me 8 weeks ain't enough? What are y'all cats doing, bro? How often do you watch the sport, man? Shout out to Arnold Brown. What's good? Blunt said he got Wilder knocking him out. Hey, man, they're going to have to come up with a plan. I still, always tell people that power is the last thing to go. Power is always the last thing to go. Now, when you talk timing and power, that's different. Okay? Timing beats power, right? But Joseph Parker was able to negate with proper defense, you know what I'm saying? Saying defensively sounded the entire fight. He was able to see everything Wilder was throwing. His timing was impeccable. Joseph Parker's timing to slip those punches was impeccable. Wilder couldn't consistently land that right hand at all. And even if he could have landed, he seemed extremely slow that night. That I'm pretty confident he's not going to go back into the Zhang fight feeling the same way, bro. I don't see it. Why would Wilder take this next fight with somebody like Zhang just for fun? Isn't that what the fans wanted? Him to come back and fight somebody's tough? He's not AJ. What if Wilder would have fought an MMA fighter? You know what I'm saying? I mean, what if the MMA fighter wasn't Francis Ngannou? What if he would have fought an MMA fighter next? Someone who has limited to zero experience in the boxing ring. What if Wilder would have fought him? But he's coming back and fighting a contender. Y'all gotta understand. Why cry tears in a bucket when Josh was up here fighting Francis Ngannou, who is 0-1? Just hold on to that thought for a second. Why aren't you all criticizing Anthony Joshua fighting an MMA former heavyweight world champion who's 0-1 as the main event? The main event now. If it's okay for Tyson Fury, Tyson is a reigning defending heavyweight champion, you know what I'm saying? But if it's okay for these guys to fight mixed martial artists who don't have no boxing experience, then why are they complaining about Wilder coming off a Parker loss and then stepping in there was Zhang. It's gonna be a tough fight. Yes, it's supposed to be a tough fight, but man, the shit I'm reading on Facebook, man, they not even giving Wilder a chance. And Zhang is 40 years old. Wilder could not. Wilder could knock out people. When it comes down to it, people perception, fans perception of who gets knocked out, this, that, and the other. You can say Wilder didn't knock him out, but you can look on his box rec and say 42 have fallen. You know what I'm saying? 42 have fallen in the wake of Wilder. Just like Tank Davis. Tank Davis has decisions on his record. You know what I'm saying? Tank Davis has decisions on his record, but Virgil Ortiz don't. You know what I'm saying? There's certain fighters in the sport that has 100%. Jared Anderson used to have 100%. He doesn't no more. It all depends on the style of the fighter and what's their strategy going in there with a person that is considered to be a heavy hitter. Just because somebody cannot continue to knock somebody out doesn't mean he cannot go in here and knock out Zhang. You know what I'm saying? It's highly possible he can go in there and knock out Zhang, man. He knocked out Fury, but he wasn't able to get the same response. You know, later on in the trilogy, he did knock him down, a dude that's weighing like 280, 285. Yep. We just need somebody to finish him, though. Zhang ain't been finished, though. He needs to be finished. When the last time Zhang fought a real puncher? I mean, like I said, you look at his resume, and people looking at Joe Joyce. They don't give Jerry Forrest any credit for going to a majority draw. They don't want to give him no credit because they consider him a journeyman. You know what I'm saying? They definitely not going to give him credit for Herkovic because he lost. So if you go back, you know, and to the depth, I wouldn't dare say, well, you know, he beat Curtis Harper in 1 round. I wouldn't dare say that. I wouldn't dare say that because then I would have to be petty and say F.A. Jogba beat him in shorter time without even throwing a punch. He's the new Willie Pep. He's the new Pep. He once upon a time won a round without even throwing a punch. I don't want to be petty like that, bro. I don't want to bring up Curtis. I don't. Even though he's a tough dude, I seen him fight in person. I even seen him down here in the A-man on the card. You know, he's one of those dudes that can whoop ass, but he just can't whoop the top tier fighters. You know, tough dude though. They trying lining Wilder up coming off that hard fight. Quick turnaround in March. They are, man. You know, Wilder, he has to understand the magnitude of this quick turnaround and to go in there with Zhang. I do look at these variables of age. I do look at Wilder's possibility if you know, he can turn it on coming into this fight. I just want to know if he can turn it on and snap back in because, you know, once again, there's a lot of naysayers out there saying that's too quick. I say, how do you know? You know, I'm saying that's too quick for him to really snap back into it. I don't know how deep he's at peace. I don't know, bro. I can't tell you. That's outside my line of work. But I'm going to tell you, the criticism that I read the most is on Facebook. These Facebook groups, man, they be out of control, man. These Facebook groups, they have these alliances, man. They have this collusion going on. They have their favorite fighters. And then if you going in there against their favorite fighters, man, they be booting you out the group. Good old Facebook, bro. Good old Facebook, I'm telling you. Good old Facebook. Yeah, they both old fighters, but you know what I'm saying is people keep on talking about Deontay Wilder's age and how much effort does it take for you to basically look up BoxRec on who he's fighting and see if and see that Zhang is 40. But you up here pushing the narrative that Wilder's too old. He's over the hill. He's lost it all. He's shot. He don't want to fight no more. He hungry. And I can see what people look at it because, I look at a person like Wilder who went the distance with Parker. Even though it was a tough one-sided fight, he never hit the canvas. He never quit like a Joshua. He never quit, bro. He's never quit. He still has something left in him. I believe he still has something left in him. And I don't think he's going to look the same way in this fight coming up. Got a lot of tread, AMS pros. Wilder had late start. I think Wilder can land the shot. We'll see how that works, man. I'm definitely not betting against Wilder in this fight. You know what I'm saying? Even though he has a good 8 weeks. You know what I'm saying? He has a good 8 weeks. And it ain't like Wilder's doing road work. They need to work on some things. They have 8 weeks to get back in it. 8 weeks. If the fight card's gonna be in March, they have 8 weeks. And being that it's a quick turnaround, it's not like Deontay ballooned up in weight and out here looking like other super lightweight fighters who's looking like they can compete at heavyweight today and then talks with Jarrell Miller. Oh, you're right. Oh, Wilder proves. Why Wilder got to prove anything? You know what I'm saying? Why he got to prove? He's already a legend. You know what I'm saying? He's already a Hall of Famer. Don't let me start running the list. You know what I'm saying? Wilder's team is able to put together a plan we are yet to see. I don't know. Look, you talk to them about proving that to you. You know what I'm saying? How can somebody say prove it to you? And he knocked him out. He knocked Fury out in the first fight. The man has 43 victories. And you saying prove something. He has 43 victories, man. What's going on? Alicia on deck. Blessings always. We're going for Wilder. Zhang is good, but we team bomb squad all day. No doubt, man. You already know where we at. Power's the last thing to leave. You know what I'm saying? It's a tough fight. You either damn if you damn if you do, you damn if you don't. He would have came back and fought a guy that pumped gas at the goddamn local Citgo. They'd be like, oh man, he got a bum off the street, man. He got a bum off the street. Man, I saw that dude pumping gas in Tuscaloosa. No, he get a ranked opponent now. You know what I'm saying? He comes back with a ranked opponent. And it's a problem. Now let's see if Zhang is going to go in here and become a wall clock and just stand in one spot. Okay? Get your timing down. Get your timing on. Get your timing down. I'm not going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going nowhere. Just watch. Just watch. You know what I'm saying? Get your timing down. I'm going to be right here. Zhang ain't going to come in there and put out no Olive Aline. I guarantee you that. People are all hyping up Joyce until Zhang ended him. And everyone claims Joyce is good. Hey, what's going on, Philo? Absolutely true. True. Absolutely true. They was hyping up Joe Joyce after he beat Daniel Dubois. You know what I'm saying? They was saying, oh man, he's getting older. He's fast tracking, and same thing. We got with Wilder. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was saying he was fast tracking, but he was fast tracking. He fast tracked through the Olympics all the way up. But Joyce was even more of a fast tracker because of his age and how long he'd been in the sport of boxing. But it soon caught up with him in the worst way. Nothing else could be said. Wilder can get it done. Let me see. Not too quick a turnaround for Wilder, in my opinion. Will he stay active throughout 2024? Time will tell. He seems slow because of inactivity. Wilder can get it done. The killer Wilder, but the Wilder that interviewed with 7-8 Sports that is out. Peace. I don't know him. I see where you're coming from. I see how you can feel the way you do. I mean, I see how a lot of people can feel about that. But I just look at it differently. You know, he was all loud and boisterous and gave people that high energy. You know, majority of his career was Bomb Squad all day, every day. And then now he at peace and people acting like he still won't slap the senses out your mouth. He won't slap you in the face and you lose your taste and smell. I don't get it, man. Like, it's weird because if you think about somebody that's been at a high energy level, when they finally come down, isn't that what they say? You know, sooner or later you're gonna find peace. You know what I'm saying? Sooner or later you're gonna, come to a level where it's a bit more euphoric for you. You know what I'm saying? A bit more carefree. You know what I'm saying? It happens with age, bro. And also in this boxing, it can happen with experience. But they always say, you get these people, you get some of the meanest people back in the day. And they calm the fuck down sometime when they get older. They got to calm down, bro. They come to a moment of peace. However you got there. I don't know the travels. I have no idea what the travels was like with Wilder. But for him to operate the way he did coming up and to be able to have all those highlights and to go in there and now be at a point where he's 38 years old and coming off inactivity, yeah. But to come off inactivity and fight Joseph Parker, what is that about? So do you scold him for stepping up and taking risks? Do you scold him? Do you ostracize him because you're still mad at how his form is so fragmented? You continue to say that it'll never change, right? You continue to say he should fire his team. You continue to say he should fire Malik. But it's certain areas that you have to praise him for being tough and being, everything but a quitter. I mean, why can't you praise somebody for things like that? There's plenty of fighters that quit and give up. And nobody even says anything. They don't hold them accountable. Joshua. He quit. The man quit, bro. He quit. The man straight up quit. And then you got people up here praising that man. They up there. It made me think like, damn, the circles are different out there in the world. You know what I'm saying? You got cats out here willing to give their heart, give their everything to someone who quit in a professional sport that they love so much. This nigga quit. He quit, bro. And Ngannou should gain one more win before going for big dogs. No, let Ngannou come over here. Ngannou is older too now. He's 37. Let Ngannou come over here and get the smoke. He don't need no tune-ups, anything like that. No. They doing it right. If you like what he did against Fury, he's in there with Joshua. I love this fight. I love it. I love it, bro. I love this fight. You know why I love it? It reminds me of an Andy Ruiz, Anthony Joshua. This is going to be without the belt, so it gives me those vibes, man. You know what I'm saying? I heard the other night when somebody typed in the chat and said he wasn't properly acclimated to the weather of NYC. That's what affected him. Therefore the medical team wasn't there to properly warm him and keep him nice and cozy until he was able to split the ropes and compete. That did it. Him traveling all the way from across the pond into NYC, he just wasn't properly acclimated. The excuses, but for Bomb Squad, man, when is he? Where's his excuse? Where's his PR team to give excuses for him? Because they always say Wilder give excuses. He said the uniform was too heavy. He said the water was spiked. JD's allegedly had some drugs on the apron. Allegedly. And Deontay say he was at peace. And goddamn it, If I ever hear somebody say peace at the wrong time, that was it right there. How can a killer like him now all of a sudden be at peace? He's lost it. Man, come on, bro. This man can't win for losing. I don't know. Look, I don't know how Wilder functions, man. I don't know how he even get along with social media. I would just tell my people, don't tell me the bullshit, that goes on out there in social media. Then I turn around a little bit after I calm down and, I'm relaxed. Tell me the bullshit. Tell me the good shit and the bad shit, okay? Which together is the bullshit. Tell me what's out there. Well, they talking about your inactivity, champ, and you shouldn't have took Joseph Parker. Well, I wasn't a matchmaker. This wasn't a PBC fight. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't a matchmaker. But I'm just telling you what they put out there. Okay. I wasn't a matchmaker. But the point that he didn't pull out the fight, though. Wilder didn't pull out the fight. I'm glad Anthony Joshua now, coming off that Oliver Arlene fight is stepping in there with Francis Ngannou. I love it, bro. I love it. I'm telling you all, the ones that don't believe that Joshua's been an overhyped job, overrated hype job. I want you to put your money on him in this fight with Ngannou. Go right ahead. Put your money on it. The Boxing Wars poll got Wilder getting KO. Over 72% think Zhang stops him. A lot of people are going to say that. Hey, Shaw News. I know. A lot of people are going to, depending on what it looked like. It's what have I seen from you lately. You understand, Shaw News? Like, it's what have I seen from you lately in the boxing community. And then some people get a pass, like I said. But when it comes to Wilder, he's out the sport for a long time, and people want to know what he's doing, why he ain't here in the ring. He comes back just like he did when he was in between the rematch and the trilogy with Fury. He comes back and fight Joseph Parker. No one salutes him for going in there and taking a tough fight. You know what I'm saying? I was going for Wilder, but Joseph Parker looked superb in that matchup. Being that he looked superb from the opening bell to the final bell, he faced adversity during that fight, and they're not even giving him credit for still having that durability, resilience, man, being tough mentally. People can say he had peace, but did peace get him through that barrage of punches? It had to be something, because if he's too relaxed up in there, he should have been on the canvas like Joshua, spitting out his gum shield. You know what I'm saying? And the referee talking to him, he's like, no sé, no amigo, no entiendes, no sé. Wilder up there speaking Spanish and shit to my, Wilder, I'm gonna ask you a question. What's your first language? Swahili? Oh no, that's why I went to Africa. The dude no English no more. But champ, you was just talking Espanol. No. Come on, man. Joshua didn't know any English when the referee was freaking asking him questions. He quit. Tyrese, what's good, man? Salute to you, bro. Juice on deck. What's good with the juice? How you feeling, man? Wilder gotta lock in Zhang legit. He does, man. It ain't no question that Juice. He has to come in and handle business. I got Wilder winning that fight, bro. It's nothing that's gonna change my mind. It's not meant to be changed. I still have confidence that Wilder goes in here, and both of these fighters are older. Both of these fighters have a amateur pedigree. Both of these fighters are different. More so Zhang than Wilder. And you got to look at the competition. People are not gonna say that Zhang has a grocery list full of saucy opponents. Ragu. They're not gonna say that, because Wilder's complexion doesn't provide him with the protection when it comes to criticism, detection. They don't. They'll look on Wayne, and then they'll start with Joe Joyce. Oh man, you saw what he did to Joe Joyce. He won. He beat him twice. Well, Wilder fought Fury. Oh man, please, excuses, rematch. Oh man, he's talking about the uniform weight, 150,000 goddamn pounds. They had to bring it in on a freaking heavy equipment operator. You know, Shot News had to get some of his friends to help Deontay go to the ring, hold up the suit and everything, all the way to the ring. People was complaining about fumes and everything else. They said, why is Shot News doing a live stream and he's supposed to be working? Hey, Shot News, they'll be hating on you, dog. I understand he's volunteering his services to help carry Deontay Wilder's suit, but that's just too much, man. That's just too much. He's clout chasing, dog. He's clout chasing. Didn't it snow over there? Didn't it snow? Shouldn't he be over here? You know, the motherfuckers behave, dog. They say Deontay Wilder be exaggerating. His suit was so freaking heavy, he had to get heavy equipment to help him walk to the ring, dog. I'm like, come on, man. Y'all gotta stop that shit, bro. Damn, they gotta stop it, man. Wilder should bring in Ortiz, because I think Zhang's a southpaw. So you believe that when it comes down to, you know, Wilder's concerns with Zhang, that he's going to have to deal with him being a southpaw? My fault. Somehow my shit dropped out. Um, you said Wilder should bring in Ortiz because I think Zhang is a southpaw. So let's just highlight that for a moment. You know, at one point in time, Luis Ortiz was considered one of the best southpaws in the game, one of the best jabs in the heavyweight division. You know what I'm saying? And Wilder fought that man twice. I know the second fight, people gonna say, oh, it was a lopsided fight. He came back and knocked him out. Well, one thing we know about Zhang, he don't have the work rate of a Luis Ortiz back in the day. You know what I'm saying? He's a big dude. He has power. His most effective punches are the ones he catch you with while you're just standing in front of him. People can complain about Deontay Wilder's defense. He's gonna have to fix it. Real talk. But he uses this slick, crafty, up against the ropes at his height to avoid his head. Where did Joseph Parker catch him? Joseph Parker caught him when he wasn't on the freaking ropes. He was a little bit off the ropes, and he caught him. He backed up against the ropes, and Parker tried to stop him. It's going to be interesting. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to I Am Cam Edwards on deck, man. Salute to the apostles in the building. One love to the Archbishop WCS and everyone in the chat. The apostles in the building to lift their hands and spread the good news of boxing. Yes, sir. Appreciate you pulling up over here, Cam, on deck. Shout out to you and Gooch, man. Omaha in the building. Zhang signed already. I mean, look, you have to do a little bit more reading. I don't think people be talking about this Wilder Zhang fight if they worried about Wilder signing or not. And like, I get it, bro. I get that some of y'all are infatuated, enamored, and somewhat in stalker mode when it comes to a Wilder topic. I get it. Real talk. I do. I get it. But let me remind you of something with Anthony Joshua. I told you all this last night. Out of these four heavyweights that you see in front of you, when you talk about the mix-up, you know what I'm saying? The mix-up with these four right here, it leans heavy on results, right? And primarily with, you know what I'm saying, Anthony Joshua coming off a mediocre win over Otto Wallin. He steps in there in the eyes of the people who believes that an 0-1 fighter like Ngannou has no chance. And WCS will explain to you that I believe he has a chance because he's been a heavyweight champion in mixed martial arts. They are able to basically operate off 5-minute rounds. Much more reduced rate when it comes to boxing to 3 minutes. They have to go in there and operate off 5 minutes per round in a larger scale inside that cage. Larger dimensions. And just because, yes, he's 0-1, Fury didn't go in there and just dominate this guy. So I have to ask the question, do you believe that Anthony Joshua would dominate Fury? A lot of people say no. So if you saw Francis Ngannou go 10 rounds with Fury, why should he be so afraid after watching the Otto Wallin fight that to go in here with a guy who, after watching the Robert Helenius fight, to go in here with the guy who watched the freaking Jermaine Franklin fight? What he has to be scared of? What does he have to be scared of? Somebody tell me that. What does Francis Ngannou has to be scared of? He has a very solid base. It's going to be up to him to make sure his cardio is on point, because we all know when it comes to sloth-itis, we know that's Joshua. Joshua has an acute diagnosis of sloth-itis. When it comes to that 6th round, to end of the 5th into the 6th round, you already know what it is, man. Lactic acid, quitting acid, surrender acid, I want to retreat acid, no heart acid, I want to run away acid. All of that acid is building up in Joshua. You know what I'm saying? All that. I just can't wait for this fight. Because I'm going to tell you, y'all, this fight is going to be easier than you think from Francis. I just can't wait, because this is another Andy Ruiz moment, bro. People just want to look at Joshua's photos and say he's all big and bulky. Francis Ngannou is big and bulky too, goddammit. That motherfucker, he's just as muscular as Joshua, man. He's just as tall as Joshua. They line up real nice across the board. But the scenario, I see more people wanting to want the results to end when Ngannou defeating Joshua, Fury defeating Usyk, and Fury and Ngannou coming back for another match to see who wins that, and potentially, Wilder beating Zhang and him getting a shot at the undisputed titles. That is WCS's predictions. See, my predictions, I'm not going round for round and breath for breath and twitch for twitch. I'm just telling you that's my scenario. It don't have to work out like that. Scenarios is based off guessing, gambling, assuming. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm doing. But that scenario is a good one, especially for Wilder. It'll be great if he's able to come back full circle and get a fight at the undisputed titles. Whether Francis Ngannou can go in here and beat Fury for the titles, that's legendary, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then they get Wilder and Ngannou back in there to fight for the titles. That's legendary. Who else do the people want to see? They don't want to see Deontay Wilder and Joshua no more, even though Joshua be calling for a Wilder fight. I want Wilder. No, I don't. I want Wilder. No, I don't. Eddie, hey, get me Wilder. Hey, Eddie, shh, don't do that. I'm just joking. The camera was rolling. I saw the red light, Eddie. Don't worry about it. I just saw the red light. They cut it off now. I'm just joking, dog. Yeah, don't sign that fight. We already know Joshua don't want to fight Wilder. So Ngannou go in here, handle his business. Fury go handle his business against Usyk. Fury and Ngannou fight. And the winner of that, Wilder gets his opportunity. I know that is a very grand scope, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the optic. But God damn, that would be a very nice scenario. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to leave it alone. I'm going to let it sit right here. March, we got a great co-main event and main event. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Wilder go in there with a different game plan, with a different mentality, somehow, some way. You know what I'm saying? Coming there with the spark. I still believe it's in him. You know what I'm saying? I still believe he's going to come back different. I don't believe he's going to have that same energy. I believe he still got that knockout power. The same right hand that dropped Robert Helenius, that took Joshua 7 rounds. I still think he can do it. And one thing I know about Zhang, for the hottest chat in the game, you know, dude has a big-ass cranium, dog. I think Wilder can close his eyes and still punch Zhang in the freaking cranium, bro. I still think he can land a punch with his eyes closed, for real. This dude has a ginormous head, man. He has a ginormous head on his shoulders, man. I think Wilder, you know, if he comes back and his timing is just a bit quicker and everything, I believe he can land if he basically stays consistent. Because another jewel, another gem I'm gonna drop to y'all. Zhang doesn't move like Joseph Parker, okay? Zhang doesn't move like Joseph Parker. He's not gonna be slipping and up under that. And look, I don't say never, but we all know Joseph Parker went over there and he begged Tyson Fury to show him all the tricks of the trade for Wilder. So he got a good training camp, had a good game plan. I have nothing but respect for Joseph Parker. He got the job done. Zhang is not a mover like Parker. Zhang, in my opinion, is not going to be training with Fury. So regardless, you know, Zhang is one of those big, stationary, idle, big men with a big-ass head. And it's going to come down to who landed the shot, bro. And one thing we did see for the Joseph Parker fight from Wilder is what? Movement. Movement. You know what I'm saying? People was mad because he was moving. Movement. He was moving. So if he can move again, but yet get that jab to working, get that piston firing real nice, get that jab, line him up, maybe we can see an early stoppage. You know what I'm saying? Line them up real nice. Maybe we can see an early stoppage. But for you know, for Anthony Joshua and Francis Ngannou, what I love about this fight so much is we have an opportunity to see Anthony Joshua get exposed again. He's about to get exposed again, bro. It's not like, how many times can you overexpose a picture? Like back in the day when we had Kodak cameras, man, you take the picture and the picture comes out the bottom and you had to fan that motherfucker. You had to keep it out of the light and you had to fan it face down. Just fan it like a church fan. You know what I'm saying? Just fan it until the picture came in. It wasn't no digital shit back then. You know what I'm saying? You just had to fan that motherfucking picture until the damn picture came in. And that's what you got. It's not like Joshua ain't been exposed before, man. He's been exposed. And I see him being exposed again. I'm just gonna put it out there. There's no way I'm not putting my money on Francis Ngannou and trying to guess, because I know when the betting odds come out from Ngannou, and what round he can possibly knock Joshua out in, oh my God. I can only imagine them joints gonna be sitting at plus 2,000, plus 2,500. Real talk. I'm talking about, look, if they plan on going 10 rounds, right? I'm talking about, you know how they had the fights previously and they said, oh, knock them out in the first rounds plus 14. And then it started going down from there. Look, this shit right here liable to be plus 25, round 2, plus 25, round 3, plus 26, round 4. Usually start to decline, right? They start to go lower in numbers. Shit, motherfucker, man, that shit gonna be plus 3,800 if you knock them out in 6. You know, I'm telling you, man, them special bets out there, bro. That shit gonna be out there. This is a fight where it can hurt a lot of people because there's a huge group that believe Joshua can still go in here and stop Ngannou. And there's people that believe that Ngannou can go stop Joshua. Who has the better chin? Ngannou's never been stopped. First of all, let's get that straight. Tyson Fury couldn't even drop the man. And once again, you get so confused when you say, okay, who has knocked Ngannou out in the boxing ring? He came in here and he fought considerably the number 1 heavyweight. Right off the back, 0-0. Tyson Fury couldn't even drop this man. But you're telling me a fighter like Anthony Joshua, who's been on the canvas sunbathing a lot during his career, he's going to be the one to go in here, the one who it took 7 rounds to stop Robert Helenius? The one who was up here just punching Otto Wallin, who was just standing there for him to hit and then retired on his stool. He quit because he took the Charles Martin orders. Man, shit, bro. I'm not going to exhaust all my time for those of you that don't donate to the channel. You know what I'm saying? But yet you want all this energy from me to basically go against the grain with everything I say. You're not making me upset. I just have an understanding of what your purpose is over here. That's all. I'm not mad because you are talking about boxing. You know what I'm saying? You are talking about boxing. So it's nothing that's concerning to me. Because you have every right to be absolutely wrong. I tell people that all the time there, Stephen Brimley. You have every right to be absolutely wrong. JD Boxing, what's good? You think Wilder would take the Zhang fight? What are y'all talking about, man? I mean, why would y'all be asking me that? Am I on his team? All I'm looking for is him to get back in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Let's say he does take the Zhang fight, all right? Y'all gonna love him anymore? Are y'all gonna love him? Y'all gonna show him that love? Or y'all just want to know so you can criticize him taking the Zhang fight based off how he looked following the Joseph Parker loss? Let me know what it is. Please, let me know. If you say so. Olympian against Olympian, right? If you say so. If you say so. Tell me this. Let me ask you this, JD. Let me ask you this question. And let me read JD's freaking comment. He says Zhang is a better fighter than Wilder and has heavy hands. Once again, Wilder simply has a puncher's chance. So let me help you understand something there, JD. If you believe that Zhang is a better fighter, why hasn't he been able to amass the accomplishments and accolades for which Wilder has presented before the boxing universe several times over? Wilder is a more exciting fighter than Zhang. Nobody was giving a damn about looking at Zhang. You know what I'm saying? Until he had some success with Philippe Herkovic. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wasn't watching out for Zhang. Now all of a sudden he beats Joe Joyce, who they was fast tracking, who was also getting up in there with age, who started boxing late. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about again? He came in the sport in 2014, right? So since he's been in the sport, why hasn't he been fighting the top competition if he's a better fighter? Are we going off aesthetics again? I'm just curious. Because let me read you something right quick. Let me help out because I got a little bit of time. I'm about to jump off, right? But this is for the what you call those who just type. You know what I'm saying? They just type. They don't pay attention to what they're typing. They just type because they just want to get attention to say, well, WCS is talking about Wild again. Let me go up here and respond. So let me take that comment down. And let me let you see something right quick. This is the resume of Zhang, 26-1-1, 21 knockouts. He's 40 years old, a southpaw from China, right? Let me go down to here. Let's look at Curtis Lee Tate. When he came in, he fought a winning opponent, then went to a debut. You know what I'm saying? Eric George. You know, he's a better boxer. Glenn Thomas. Do you know these guys? You know these guys? 2-6-1, Dennis Benson. Ooh, he's just really gapping Wilder with this competition. Juan Good. Kaswara. David Kaswara. 12-13-2. Tyree Ortiz, 5-2. And then he went back down to John Orr, 1-7. He must have got him from Target. Wow. Oh, man. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. He went to Amoco gas station. Terrell Jamal Woods, 8-26. The mechanic at Amoco. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Rodney Hernandez, 10-4-1. You know what I'm saying? Really awesome. He's so many miles ahead of Deontay Wilder. It's crazy. Gojira, or whatever his name, 7-13. You heard of him? See, I'm just saying, I love to just sometime babysit people to come over here and just say, oh, he's a better fighter. He's this, he's that. Look at this. Look at these names now. Look at these names. Gallon Brown, 44-35. I heard he was a star employee at a local taco shop. He made the best tacos on Tuesday. Real talk, I heard he was the best. Peter Graham, 11-3-1. Mark Brown, 15-5. Whoo, we're talking about murderer's row right here. Curtis Harper, 12-4. Nick Wavers, 13-7. Brian Poley, a 13-21 fighter. I don't want to bore the listeners by continuing to go, but they really stuck on Philippe Herkovic, Joe Joyce twice. That's it. And, you know, according to how bored they are, you know, they're throwing to Jerry Forrest. I got respect for Jerry Forrest. But a lot of people say, you know, he's good enough to go the distance all the time and stuff like that. But in that particular fight, Zhang lost 1 point for holding in round 9. I hope he holds Wilder, though. You know, I just hope he holds his left hand for real. You know what I'm saying? I hope he holds his left hand, because it's always good to be able to balance yourself before you goddamn don't see that right hand coming. I hope you hold the left hand, you know what I'm saying, unknowingly. And the next thing happened, the referee is serenading you with the count, and EMT is carting you out the arena and say, hey, it was good, man. You did good. Valiant effort. Great fight, man. 2 thumbs up. But he's a better fighter. I got it. Shout out to JD. Yeah, I got that. I got it. He came here talking that nonsense. I just don't know where you got the evidence. You know what I'm saying? Zhang is a better fighter, bro. Can you read the box rec? Shout out to Jessica. How you doing, Queen? Happy New Year's to you. Can you read the box rec? Can you read it? Come on now. So, Lay, you say you're not talking bad about Wilder, but yet you asking Look, you're asking, but what can be changed to get back to the top, right? Look, the fact that he just came off. Listen to me, y'all. Are y'all, I say the hottest chat in the game. I understand it's a new cats over here. You know what I'm saying? So this don't apply to them. You know what I'm saying? But those of you in chat, listen to this. You're talking about how can you get back up the top, but I think you're just asking free will because you're bored or something. Because just think about this. Deontay was on over a year hiatus, right? He came back and fought Joseph Parker. Does that not blatantly tell you he's at the top? When you look at the rankings and the division that he's ranked in, the WBC, is he not at the top? Is he not at the top? You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, man. Is he not at the top where he is? Anthony Joshua is number 1 at the WBO, number 3 at the IBF, and number 2 at the WBA, and number 2 behind Wilder in the WBC. Now, if they're so close together, why is Anthony Joshua so afraid to fight Wilder? But that's neither here nor there. We're not talking about that. I'm looking forward to Wilder fighting Zhang. I think that's a good fight for him to get back on track and to goddamn go in there and reduce the cranial size of freaking Zhang by basically taking off a huge portion of that with that right hand and have the freaking EMT that's standing ringside collect the sample. You know what I'm saying? Collect that head sample and try to reattach it once they take him back to the damn room. You know what I'm saying? His head is big enough for Wilder to land that right hand. Real talk. It's big enough. And that globe is not moving fast either. Now, like I said before, the good thing about Wilder's last fight was that he's moving. He was boxing off the back foot as much as he possibly can. He had a plan. He had a plan, man. He wasn't just going balls to the wall like, people used to him seeing and stuff like that. Being reckless. He came out a bit more patient. So that's why they criticize him, because he was peaceful. They say he was at peace. I get it. It's no smoke, man. Look, look, people, if you're new to the chat, man, come on, man. This is just boxing talk. If some of you all are getting offended based off the boxing talk that's over here, I don't know what to tell you, because it's worse that's out there that you're absolutely going to learn nothing. I'm just having a conversation with another grown adult. That's all I'm doing. Fury and AJ in the UK is massive. Fury and AJ in the UK. It's according to what you consider massive. I know Eddie Hearns loves saying massive all the time. And every time he says it, it just reduces it to like, okay. Okay blinks at me every time Eddie Hearns says something is massive. Even though he is a very top-notch seller of these fights. Eddie is one of the best out there to do it, man. I love to see Eddie mediating the pressers of these fighters. I like to see Eddie do it. But come on, he's on record as using massive like and done a sentence, man. It's massive. If you look at the ladybug and through a microscope, it's massive. If you drop a crumb on the floor and you grab a magnifying glass, come on, you zoom in on it's massive. And you always say that shit, dog. You know what I'm saying? You always say that. I don't think they setting the stage for no AJ Fury. I don't think so. They set the stage for AJ to fight Ngannou right now. That's why Otto Wallin did absolutely nothing. People don't know unless they really, really they're supporting Fury. It's people up here thinking after seeing Usyk go through what he went through with Dubois, he's going to go in there and dominate Fury. I'm looking at it. They said, oh man, Usyk go in there and dominate Fury. I'm like, he didn't dominate Dubois. Dubois kind of showed up like he quit. But he kind of had his moment with Jarrell Miller. But I'm like, you can gloat off that all you want, but Jarrell Miller was inactive like I don't know what. So you beat a guy who got tired, and you didn't quit till you knocked him out. Kudos. But let's not forget he was inactive too. Let's not forget Deontay Wilder was inactive. Let's not forget Joseph Parker had 3 fights in 2023 prior to stepping in the sand. Come on. Should I keep going? Should I continue to fold the page and bookmark? Should I continue, goddammit? Should I? He can beat Zhang for sure. He always has a punch of chance, like I said, but if he plays boxing, he loses. How is Wilder playing boxing? The man, he looked, less aggressive than he was previously. He was moving around the ring, not throwing, not really being active. Maybe he just didn't feel it. You know what I'm saying? He just didn't feel it right that night. He wasn't in his best. I know I'm not making any excuses for him. I'm not on his team like that. I don't know, what the conversation was like or any of that. I didn't. But he just came out with a plan to be patient and then turn it up and, get a bit more aggressive in the later rounds. Nobody's going to tell me that Wilder doesn't know how to count rounds. He knows how to count rounds. And he knows how to listen to the corner and what they're telling him. The Wilder that was hurt by Luis Ortiz and the Wilder that was hurt with Joseph Parker, if you look at him in the corner, I swear it's almost identical of him sitting in the corner. He ain't leaning back on the ropes like Jarrell Miller was. I mean, goddamn. It looked like they was seconds away from giving Jarrell Miller oxygen. And Deontay was just chilling in the corner, listening. No expression on his face. I mean, it's gonna come a time, probably when he's gone, that y'all gonna say, man, I give him more credit now for having an underrated chin. You know what I'm saying? An underrated chin. He was getting caught by fighters who's supposed to just knock him out. Why? Because people always talking about how skinny his legs is. So you saying the man have a lack of balance, but the only man to really do any crazy damage to him, because in the rematch, Deontay was stopped because Mark Breland threw in the towel. It wasn't like he was flat. He was face first on the canvas like the third fight. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to go out on the shield, and he fought to the very end. Joseph Parker didn't do that, y'all. Joseph Parker didn't have that man laying out. He wasn't doing the Superman. Parker's a Fury cheerleader at this stage. Hey man, we talking about the possibility of how this stuff is gonna play out. You know what I'm saying? That's what we talking about. We talking about how this all gonna play out. I see Francis Ngannou going in there and sending Anthony Joshua into retirement. Who wants to see Joshua Fury lopsided matchup? Who wants to see that shit? Don't nobody want to see it, man. Joshua is a over the hill, overrated, overhyped. It's a lot of overage. You know what I'm saying? Who wants to see Anthony Joshua, the same song and dance, like they said back in the day? We signed him to a 2-fight Wembley deal. He fights Alexander Povetkin, y'all. Wasn't nobody really getting up for Alexander Povetkin? And then the second day, he didn't even entertain. It wasn't even an opponent. He beat Alexander Povetkin. And they couldn't even make a date for April in the following year, bro. This is the last hoorah for Joshua. And he's younger than Wilder. This is the last hoorah for him, bro. This is the last hoorah. Seriously. It's the last hoorah. I know people have, their own confidence in Joshua. They want to see him go in there and fight whoever. No one wants to see Alexander Usyk, Joshua 3. No one wants to see Joshua versus Fury. No, maybe they wanted to see it, those of you in the chat. Maybe they wanted to see that when Fury had won the belt from Wilder in February 2020, and Joshua was still the unified champion. Maybe then for the undisputed that was supposed to go down in August of that year, people will want to see that fight. But no, it didn't happen. Why? Because we all know what happened. Deontay Wilder had, won the arbitration. He went in there against Fury. And then Anthony Joshua went in there against, you already know. You already know. Hey, JD, a lot of things, especially when I was saying that Crawford, Spence had zero chance. I know people was over here saying the same thing to me. Oh, man, you just a Crawford fanboy and this, that, and the other. I said, I'm just looking at it. It doesn't mean it's going to be right. I've been wrong before. I'm just saying, like, in this instance, with the makeup and everything, with the possibilities, what I'm saying, just doing deductive reasoning, it's difficult to come up with a complete formula that give you the results that you want when it comes to deductive reasoning. But, the evidence is out there. Boxing can be shifty, bro. Like, you go off previous fights and you try to put all this shit together, but it don't play out like that. Who would have thought Bivol would go the distance with this guy? But somehow they had this transparent agreement, this nod, that he wasn't going to destroy the guy. You know what I'm saying? He's going to take him the distance due to how long he'd been out the ring, or whatever the agreement was. He stopped. He knocked the dude down twice, and didn't even stop him, huh? That's not like Bivol. But they have those fights sometime, just like Canelo and Charlo. Everybody in their right mind, their boxing mind, every part of it, every facet of their neurological headquarters totally understand that they could have processed an ending that Canelo was definitely going to destroy Jermell Charlo. In their heart of hearts, they knew deep down inside that Canelo spared Charlo because he's still the unified champion in 154. They said, hey, don't destroy him. Don't stop him. Just let him go the distance. It's good. He can go the distance. He picking up his second loss, and we still can make money off him at 154. We agree? Okay, we put an extra $8 million in there, Canelo. Now, I don't mind you getting a knockdown, but just make sure it's one of those knockdowns where Charlo can fake it a little bit. You see when he hit Charlo with that straight right, and Charlo took a step, and then he said, oh, this is my moment. He took a knee and genuflect. He took a knee like Colin. Come on, bro. Boxing is a shifty type sport, man. You know what I'm saying? But I just see Francis Ngannou having this moment. They fast tracking this man. It's a lot of momentum behind him based off Fury. People want to see Ngannou Fury, bro. They don't want to see freaking Anthony Joshua unless it was Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to see any of that other shit. They want to see what they want to see. And that is Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury. And then the winner of that, potentially Deontay Wilder can come back around, given he defeats Zhang. And it would be awesome. It would be awesome. You know what I'm saying? But first things first, let's get to March. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to March. And let's take it from there, bro. Because I feel that Ngannou is going to basically decimate Joshua. His heart has been tested. And the only reason that people are not talking too much about it because they feel some type of empathy for him. That's all. You know what I'm saying? They looking at this picture of Joshua and they say, oh, look at that smile. He can't harm anybody. He's a good guy. He's not going to harm anybody. Oh, bless his soul, man. He has such a tough life. All those expectations with him modeling and wearing all those designer clothes, underwear model. He just has a lot of, man, come on, get out of here. Y'all give Joshua all the passes in the world, man. You give him all the passes in the world, man. But you give Wilder none. But we're going to make it happen. We're going to make it happen. So you wouldn't want to see AJ beat Fury for the undisputed, and if AJ wins, you get Deontay versus. Nah, I can't give Deontay Wilder credit for, going in there against AJ. Believe it or not, Blunts, that's never happening. Never, that's never happening. AJ, look, first of all, I'm gonna tell you number one why it's happening. Because AJ simply, if he had those belts again, 3-time heavyweight champion, he wouldn't want Deontay Wilder. He's proven time and time again. You can't sit there and continue to plea and beg with a person who's telling you, who's showing you by action, they don't want to fight. So that's why I wouldn't want to see that scenario. And it's no way, number two, that I ever see that scenario happen, and I say never, because Anthony Joshua can't beat Fury. Anthony Joshua can't beat no Fury. Fury's too smart for Joshua. He's too smart, too crafty, too slick. You know what I'm saying? He's too sly, man. It's going to take more than Ben Davis. And look how many trainers Joshua's been with. And you tell me. I'm not saying Fury ain't switched trainers. I'm talking about, you tell me. Why is he switching all these trainers at this point in his career, at his age? And he's a 2-time heavyweight champion. All the people was hyped up when he gave Diddy James some frames. You know what I'm saying? He gave him some frames, right? Okay. And then he get in there for Franklin, the heaviest he ever been. And then he come in there with Robert Helenius and get beat up into the 7th round with a posy predetermined knockout, and he leaves James and get another trainer. And he goes in here with Ben Davison, who I thought Joshua that fought Oleksandr Usyk was way better looking than going in there with the freaking, like he was fighting a freaking giraffe. Like giraffe just sitting there grazing, just sitting down, doing nothing, and you up there punching the giraffe in the leg, and motherfucker ain't moving. He laughing at your ass. Yeah, I gave you the best target possible. I'm not gonna move much. I'm gonna be right here. Cool. It's just like going out there on somebody's farm and seeing them cows out there. You up there saying, "Oh man, I can hit this no problem." The cow ain't moving. He ain't moving. Wilder messed up that fight. It was signed. Man, it's really no need to even read that to my listeners. You know what I'm saying? Over speculating. Me, I'm the host. I can over speculate all day long. But some of the comments y'all leave, I get it. I get it what you're saying. I get it. You know what I'm saying? That's your opinion. You know what I'm saying? That's your opinion. If you felt that he had a death look, right? This is how contradicting your statement is. You said, Wilder threw the fight. He threw the fight. The man was scared to death. Look how quiet he was and bowing to AJ. So he was scared to death. He was quiet. And he was bowing to AJ. Now, being that I just don't pay attention to one thing, he was standing up there next to AJ for quite some time. AJ was the one who was in avoidance. He had the whole barrier up there avoiding speaking to Deontay because that's the power Deontay has over AJ. And then AJ looked over at his alpha and he shakingly, he didn't know if he even had permission to speak. And let's not act like Deontay doesn't bow to a lot of people. It's just a gesture of kindness. That's all. It's just a gesture of kindness. And in Japan, bowing showing respect. That's all Deontay is doing, is showing respect. It has nothing to do with him showing inferiority or if he's subordinate. It has none of that. I know when you was typing that shit up, I know your keyboard was like, God damn, if you're going to use the home keys on this, man, at least type some substance in here, okay? Stop making me and you look crazy. Stop making us look bad in 24, yo. You know what I'm saying? Stop that, bro. Talking about he bowing to Joshua. Man, y'all dudes looking at bowing. 42 has bowed before Wilder. 42 has bowed. 42 have bowed, bro. They had to bend the knee. They had to bend the knee. They didn't want Wilder and Joshua to fight. They didn't want Wilder and Joshua to fight. If Wilder would have beat Joseph Parker, he still wouldn't have got the fight with AJ. Man, come on. They would have started talking about some flat fees. Oh, man, we're gonna talk about the money and you know, we're going to go back to the origins, to the inception of negotiation back then before the WBA sent that bogus ass, oh, well, we giving him an ultimatum. He needs to sign to defend his WBA title against Alexander Povetkin, or he will be stripped of the title. That's after Joshua say, oh, you give me $50 million, I'll fight you tomorrow. Not just tomorrow, but that tomorrow that we don't know, that's so far along in the future tomorrow. And then that's when Eddie say, Joshua, what are you doing? Hey, massively stupid. You don't dare accept no $50 million. You're not fighting Deontay. He would destroy you. I mean, come on, bro. Come on, y'all tripping. Y'all tripping. Y'all tripping. That's hilarious. I would laugh right now. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to make it seem like that I'm not taking this serious. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the only angle that's out there, that he was bowing to AJ. I'm pretty sure there's several people that bow to the sheiks. They're excellently, you know, over there. They're royalty over there. I'm pretty sure they bow too, dog. When you go say the sheiks are scared of civilians, you know, they scared. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you have sheiks who bow to sheiks. It's a hierarchy. It's a chain of command over there. I mean, come on, man. Who said he was the king? I don't see a lot of y'all up here. There's naysayers, you know, considering Deontay to be the king. Now all of a sudden, a sense of criticism, you want to consider him to be the king, huh? But a lot of y'all up here complaining about people that call him king. But now all of a sudden, when you put him in the middle of criticism, you want to say, oh, I've never seen a king bow to another man. Come on, stop it. I mean, how long do you think I have been existing in this life, man? I've been here for quite some time, man. I've been all around the world. I've seen people just bow out of respect. You know what I'm saying? There ain't nothing wrong with that. You have to think about it, though. We dap each other up with our right hand, the same right hand that other countries disallow. I wonder why they disallow. I wonder why. You know what I'm saying? I wonder why. I don't know anything except what I'm sure about. You know what I'm saying? Now, we don't need that fight in the future. It's nothing that we need in the future. It's nothing except what I said. The only thing I want to see in the future that's coming up is Ngannou blasting through AJ. That's going to be hilarious, you know, because look, we know AJ is not going to come out fast paced because he don't have the lung capacity. His lung capacity is like a preemie. You know what I'm saying? If you take a preemie, that's his lung capacity. They never quite developed into the adult he is because he was that little small, scrawny kid. You know, his lungs and heart is still that size. But anyway, Ngannou blasting through Joshua. Deontay Wilder blasting through Zhang. Ngannou, if it works out, that Fury beats Usyk. You know what I'm saying? We get Ngannou Fury. And then the winner of that, if there's no rematch clause, get Wilder. Then it'll allow the champ to go back in there and compete for the undisputed titles, win, and become the undisputed heavyweight champion. And these same people these glorious Deontay Wilder fans. I know you are. You know the Stephen Brimleys, the JDs, and these cats. They're gonna become Deontay Wilder fans once again. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be on here talking about, hey man, I just sent you a $2,000 cash app. Can you send it to Deontay Wilder for me? I just want to show my love and appreciation for the champ. He did it. You say he was gonna do it, WCS. He did it. Can you just? I know you're in Atlanta. It doesn't take you long to drive to Tuscaloosa. You know what I'm saying? If you can't get in contact with Deontay, can you just tape it to his statue, please? And can you record it on live and let the people know that I sent that donation? Can you do that? Just tape it to his statue, you know what I'm saying? And just leave it there, man. It's all about giving back to the community. Oh my God, he's the undisputed heavyweight champ with a statue. His statue is just, starting to glow right now, man. It's something that we ain't never seen. I get it. It's no disagreeing. What are we disagreeing about? All I'm doing is giving my opinion. Like I said before, I am imperfect. You know what I'm saying? I have guessed wrong before. But it seems like a bit more agitation is going on because I'm not sitting up here glorifying your favorite fighter. A lot of y'all, y'all can sit up here and spew this rhetoric about Wilder on weeks and weeks at a time, right? But then he comes up here and he possibly steps in there with Zhang. Y'all mad. Y'all mad that the man is at the height of his career and he's stepping back in here with a reputable opponent. One that y'all was just praising for knocking out Joe Joyce. One that y'all was praising for giving Herkovic a tough fight. But now Wilder all of a sudden coming off Joseph Parker, who y'all don't like Wilder. But yet y'all up here complaining about him facing Zhang. I don't want to really go into disrespect and drop the hot grease on what that really looks like. Real talk. You know what that really looks like. You don't want to give the man no credit for doing nothing. Hey, Wilder, bringing Wilder back, he ain't went nowhere. How? He just finished a fight in December. He ain't went nowhere. What are you talking about? If he wasn't relevant, why are they putting him in the card over there? Why? If he doesn't mean anything to the boxing fans, why is he going to another card? You all are not processing. You know what I'm saying? Brainstorm and troubleshoot this prior to dropping a comment. If he's not relevant, why he is being mentioned in the media to face a tough opponent such as Zhang? But once again, appreciate, and salute to the hottest chat in the MF game. Appreciate y'all for your interaction, as always. It's boxing talk at the end of the day. Everything that I say is not going to be correct, but I feel pretty good on this scenario. Hell yeah. Hey, I feel good. Ngannou, please. Oh my God. Oh, don't get injured. Joshua, man, don't get injured. This is that fight, bro. This is that fight. I'm telling you, Joshua's on his way out the window. I'm telling you. Ngannou is going to give him a freaking lesson. Oh my God. He's going to give him a lesson. And the good thing about it, we can expect several knockdowns during this fight. And a very solid potential of AJ being stopped in 7 and under 7 and under. You know what I'm saying? It's not going the distance, man. So that's why I put that picture up there with him smiling like that. You know what I'm saying? And that predator, Francis Ngannou looking at him like he food. You know what I'm saying? He got him behind his back. You know what I'm saying? He's behind him. He's, oh man, I ain't got to look at this. Man, I'm better than you. Look, AJ is in his back. He's laughing behind Francis' back because he know not to do it to his face, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Ngannou's gonna smash Joshua, man. Easy work. Easy work, bro. Easy. Easy work. Easy work. Francis is gonna goddamn destroy y'all idol, your God, your Lord, your Savior. Please, preacher, put your hand upon their shoulder and guide them for which they came, because they're going to be butthurt once again. You know what I'm saying? They're going to put all their faith behind Joshua. Just because we're in a new year, they want to do new shit. Just because you want to do new shit don't mean it's good shit. I'm telling you, y'all going to be feeling some type of way, man. Yeah, man, I wasn't expecting this. Damn. For real? No, man. Damn, Francis did him like that. Jesus Christ, he is the predator. What's Joshua alias? What's Joshua alias, y'all? Dumbbell? Barbell? Curl? What's his alias? For real, what's his alias? Do he have one of them lethal alias? What's his alias, bro? Anybody know? Set up, crunch, pull up, aerobic, calisthenics. What is it? Because he loves lifting weights. What's his freaking alias, man? I'm just wondering, what's his alias? You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Team Wilder, man. Y'all come up with a better plan. Look to see you return to the battlefield and take care of this easy working Zhang. You know what I'm saying? I mean, for real. I had to really move the fighters down a little bit because Zhang's head was taking up the damn near majority of the thumbnail. All Wilder has to do is find the target, man. Just because you have a big ass cranium don't mean your chin, you know what I'm saying, is not soft and mushy. Deontay Wilder is proven to have a official certified chin. You know what I'm saying? Buzzed by Luis Ortiz for 42 seconds and made it to the corner. Buzzed by Joseph Parker. Come on, man. Made it to the corner. And they want to shit on my man Wilder? No, bro. So as I conclude, Wilder and Ngannou are the winners out of this thumbnail. You know what I'm saying? The easiest fight out of this thumbnail would be Ngannou going in there and destroying any hope that Joshua had at regaining the titles. Once again, I provided you with the scenario. No one wants to see a Joshua Alexander Usyk. We having an undisputed title fight. Fury beats Usyk, cool. It provides a lot more interest for them to make big fights. Usyk wins. Ain't nobody trying to see too much of anything, because he's gonna say, okay, at one point in time he said he wanted to fight Wilder, but he too was bluffing and selling wolf tickets. He too was bluffing. Nobody wants to see Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk 3. Nobody, bro. So just like I put out, the only thing they want to see Fury, Wilder again, somewhere down the road. But in this particular scenario, you know what I'm saying, they will want the snatch the momentum and keep it. You know what I'm saying? Keep it fulminating. They want to keep it glowing. And Ngannou come up here from stopping the flatlining freaking Anthony Joshua to fighting the winner, Fury, and making that into a mega fight. That is going to pick up the sport of boxing in the heavyweight division. Not too many people are going to be talking about the 1-1 Francis Ngannou fighting Fury. All they're going to look at is what he was able to do the first time he was in there with Fury, and can he pull it out this time with a longer camp? Man, Zhang 40 years old, man. Come on now. He's 40 years old. Come on. Y'all up here giving Zhang credit, you know, talking down on the black man just because you don't want to give credit to Wilder. I get it. discriminating already in 24. I get it, man. But, man, shout out to y'all. Hold it down. You know, appreciate y'all pulling up. And salute to the hottest chat in the MFing game, A-Side.
Left jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best, you gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy, is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports.
Hey, what you got to say there, champ?
Yeah, man.
What's up, Black? Hey, Deontay, what you got to say? What you got to say?
To this day.
To this day.
To this day. Believe it.
Can I get some love? Deontay, World Combat Sports. Hey, World Combat Sports, there, Deontay. What you got to say, champ? Hey, what you got to say there, champ?
Yeah, man.
What's up, Black? Hey, Deontay, what you got to say? What you got to say?
To this day.
To this day. To this day.